What is going on, guys? I am Mike with Chit Chat Gaming, and we are back inside the studio. It's been a while, but today we are bringing to you a brand new series called After Work Gaming. We're going to be talking about some discussions and such about Nintendo, about Sony, about Microsoft, whatever we feel like talking about. Or if you guys want us to talk about something, let us know in the comment section below. If you're interested in giving us something to talk about, or if you have a certain topic you want us to discuss. Also, another good thing we'll be doing here as well is hopefully here in the near future, we'll be doing some streaming with you guys, with our followers as well too. So maybe some PUBG, whether we do some Mario Kart, some Splatoon, whatever it may be, that's what we're here for. But today, I want to go ahead and introduce to you to my co-partner here, my co-host, I should say, I guess, and he is Jimmy from Paladin Gaming. Jimmy,
Thanks.
Welcome to After Work Gaming.
All right, thank you, Mike. I'm glad to be here, making my TV debut for Paladin Gaming.
Oh, Paladin Gaming.
That's all right. Ready to talk about games, cover all the bases, all the platforms. We're not just going to focus on anything one. We're going to try and cover everything as we go. So.
Right, working together. We talk a lot about gaming, obviously. So
at work.
At work, yeah. There's a lot of us here that kind of goes over this at work and such. There's a few of us that are big-time gamers, whether it's PC. We all have our personal preference on which console we enjoy. But I think one thing we all can agree on is that we all just love gaming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I started gaming when I was a kid. My first system was a Super Nintendo. I got it out of a garage sale, and one of the first games I was playing was Super Ball and Mario All-Stars, great games came out before, then, and I just got hooked till now. I'm still playing,
Right, and Nintendo is what basically hooked me as well, too. So, speaking of Nintendo, speaking of Mario, today's topic we wanted to discuss, mainly just because Mario Odyssey just came out. We're going to hold off on that for a little bit because, obviously, you haven't played it yet.
Yep.
You have a Switch, obviously, but you haven't played it yet. I've been playing it since last week, since it came out, nonstop. I have not beaten it yet. I've not completed it yet. I've come close. It's a fairly long game for being a Mario game, but I'm going to stick to my guns here and say this is by far my favorite Mario game of all time, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean that sets a standard for me. I mean, I know you've played way more Mario games than I have because the last one I played was Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
So I haven't touched a Mario game for a while now, and you mentioned that the story was how long? Like 12, 13 hours, something like that?
They said about 10 to 12 hours. There's a spoiler free. There's I believe 17 kingdoms. I believe there is.
Yeah, and we were just talking before this that Destiny. I just beat that this morning. That's like a 6 or 7 hour campaign or so. So it's crazy now to think that Nintendo's making games with longer campaigns than companies like Bungie, where they're known for really well thought out story games like Halo and Halo 2 and all that stuff.
Right, and it's also hard to imagine that Nintendo's making 5 gigabyte games.
That's pretty nuts. When I saw the cartridge for my Switch and I pulled out, I couldn't believe that it was just like that, and you didn't have to really do a download when you started it. It's what gaming used to be, man. I'm an old man when I grump about some of that stuff. I don't like the DLC and all that extra junk anymore. It's
the microtransactions.
Yeah, you used to be you pay $60, you get the game, and that's what you got.
Right.
You'd wait till the next game to play whatever's next.
Right, and that's what I like about Mario is as of right now, anyways, there's no DLC or no additional content. I know with Zelda, Breath of the Wild, they added in there, but it wasn't needed. You didn't have to have it. It was like they gave you like the hard mode because you got it, I believe, right?
Yeah, I did actually pick that up. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, for anyone who's a non-casual gamer who wants a little bit of challenge out of Breath of the Wild, as if it's not challenging enough when you start off.
No kidding.
You can pick up the Master Trials, I think it's called. And it's like 40-something levels. I got like 4 in.
Right.
I'm like, maybe I'll do something else.
Right.
It's great fun, but it's definitely the harder part of the game now.
Right, but the good thing is that's not needed. It's there if you need it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's all just extra stuff. You don't need it to enjoy the game.
Right, and that's the good thing about these games. But speaking of Mario, for me, my first Mario game I ever played was obviously Super Mario Bros. For Nintendo. Got this at launch with the console itself, so I'm an old man. So I remember playing the heck out of this thing. But for me, the most memorable one that I can basically relate to or say that kind of changed my childhood or kind of made me a Nintendo fan was indeed it had to be Super Mario World for the SNES. That's kind of for me what kind of brought me to the Nintendo world or to the Mario world. But as far as I know, we kind of discussed it. We were kind of talk about like the games like from like the Wii and on. But for you, what was your first Mario game or your first memory of playing a Mario game on a Nintendo console?
Oh man, the first Mario game I played was, like I mentioned before, it was Mario All-Stars. Came out in '93.
Right.
I was only like 2 or something, but I probably played it a couple years after. I loved it. I mean, it had just some of the greatest games for Mario. You got the I don't remember which one where it's like you're in a play. The whole thing's like in a dream. Oh man, it starts off with like a sage curtain that pulls away.
Oh, it's Mario 2.
Yeah, just I love how different all the games were. Though they were all the same mechanically and aesthetically, they played differently. I mean, you were playing a different game each time.
Right. You were playing Mario All-Stars of all the classics when I was actually playing the classics.
Oh yeah, I got the greatest hits, and you had to listen to Weezer's Pink album.
Right, exactly.
Pinkerton, yeah.
Pinkerton album, yeah. So for me, that playing Mario back in the day was always a great thing. It was always fun. These games are just they're such great platformers. I mean, you think of Nintendo, the first thing you think of is Mario. I mean, some people are going to argue and say they think of Zelda.
Yeah, because every gamer is going to have the different character, the hero that brought him in. Your person's
Right.
Mario. Gaming, I think my first hero was probably Master Chief.
Master Chief, really?
Oh, yeah, dude, he was
So
awesome.
You won Halo.
Oh yeah, he was the first really just badass, gung ho, shoot everything in sight kind of guy. It was awesome.
Right, and that's I love Master Chief a lot. I love Xbox a lot. Obviously, I picked up probably ashamed to say this, but I picked up. I'm not ashamed, but the way that the series has gone, it's hopefully they can bring it back. I picked up World War II. For
okay.
Xbox One today, so I know you're kind of looking at me right now.
No, I understand. Hey, different strokes for different folks. We all got the different games we like to play.
Right.
And speaking on that more, I like how Mario Nintendo in general is going out into different genres. Look at Mario Rabbids Kingdom. That takes inspiration from strategic games like XCOM and stuff. And that's not really a step anyone thought Nintendo would take.
Absolutely not.
But look at what they made it work. As far as I understand, it's a fun game to play, and I got to get it from you someday.
Right. And then, yeah, exactly. If my friend gives it back to me here, he probably knows who he is. He's probably watching. But, and also, coming up here soon, we got Doom coming out for the
Doom
Switch.
VR, yeah.
For
yeah,
Switch.
the Switch.
And then you got Rocket League. I mean, those are two titles that I didn't think we'd get. We got Skyrim as well, too. So, it's not just all about Mario, but, I mean, you got such a great lineup of games coming out for Nintendo that we really didn't think we were ever going to get. So,
Right.
like, I know you were talking about that before, how Nintendo's kind of, like, stepped up their game as far as, going out there and getting more third-party support of different types of game genres that you don't normally see on a Nintendo platform.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and they're just really branching out now. They're bringing in a lot of, like you said, third-party games and stuff that you normally wouldn't see, and genres you wouldn't see on the Switch. I assume to bring in, expand on their audience and everyone they want to cater to. Because I played mostly Xbox and PC and a little bit of PS4 coming up. But the Switch, it switched me over.
Right.
Maybe that's part of why they called it that, because it's a pure gaming console. I was a little disappointed when I couldn't load up Netflix on my Switch at home, but at the end of the day, it's a gaming console. I couldn't watch Netflix on my 64. It didn't exist then, but
Right.
they weren't they weren't home video consoles. They were game consoles, and I think we kind of need to return to that as gamers.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not really too, worried about Netflix and such. I can watch that on my 8 different devices I have at home, whether it's my phone, my tablet, Xbox, PS4, what have you. But but speaking of that, going back into Mario, I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but that's fine though. This is a discussion show.
We're talking about games, so
Yes.
as long as we keep it in games,
That's all that matters. So this is a discussion show. So as far as another one that I played most recently, I guess I should say that I really liked, I brought it here today, was Mario 3D World. I don't know if you ever played this one or not for your Wii U, because I know you have a Wii U, but...
I think maybe I played a little with a friend a long time ago. Don't you, when you die, you're in like a bubble or something?
Yeah.
Float around, yeah.
Right. Well, and speaking of that, there's another game on SNES called Yoshi's Island. So that was really annoying, because Mario, when you're on Yoshi, and you lose Mario, baby Mario, he'd just really annoying cry.
I can hear it. I can hear it in my head right
now.
now.
It drove you off the wall. So
come on.
I hate it. So anyways, with that being said, though, this particular game here, though, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was, especially with co-op. You could be, up to 4 people playing at once.
Yeah.
It was like a battle royale. It was it was fun. But when you're playing with kids, you definitely get irritated, because you have all 4 players, trying to do the same mission. You have people falling off the map, falling off and dying, and then someone gets left behind and such. So it can definitely be a cluster, but it's a lot of fun. This is probably the last big fun I had, as far as the most fun I had with the Mario game since before Mario Odyssey. So like you said, with All Stars, have you really dug into any other Mario games other than that since then?
I mean, like I mentioned, Super Mario Sunshine. I played just the absolute crap out of that game. I played
GameCube.
GameCube was another great system.
Yes.
Nintendo 64 and GameCube. Those are probably my two great favorite consoles. I mean, I've played Xbox. I've been through the whole Xbox family. I've played all the PlayStation family, all the Nintendo family, and there's the 64 and the GameCube. Those are the games that I remember those the best, more fondly. I don't remember a lot of GameCube or 64 games that I didn't like. I think the 64 has like 144 games in its library, and everything from like Glover to Hydro Thunder. Those are all awesome freaking games.
GoldenEye.
Man. Oh, GoldenEye. Odd Job. No one gets to play Odd Job.
Right. And just as a friendly reminder here, if you're watching on YouTube, obviously live, we're actually on the MCC public access YouTube right now. So this whole show will be on the Chit Chat Gaming YouTube as well too. So you can obviously watch the playback. But if you're in the chat and you're watching, I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, I'm trying my hardest to kind of keep up here and answer any questions you may have, or if you have something you want to, like I said, a discussion that you want to throw out or topic for future episodes, definitely do that. We're going to try doing this like bi-weekly. That's the plan, mixed in with gaming. So I know we're both kind of set up. I recently just got set up on PC. Jimmy, you've gotten yours updated and such too. So hopefully we'll be doing some streaming here, so with you guys as well too. But other than that though, as far as I know, you said you're talking about Sunshine. Did you get at all into any of the Mario Galaxy games for Wii?
It's funny. I actually skipped. I didn't really get into the Wii as a console, so I missed out on a lot of the games that came out with it. And then including those is the Mario Galaxy games. I heard awesome, great things about them, but I just never actually played. I didn't even really see them played at all. I didn't do much with it. So I would like to get my hands on it sometime because I've heard it's the next best thing. After 64 and Sunshine, Galaxy is the next big step. So
yeah, Galaxy is a lot of fun. I played those, Galaxy 2. I didn't get into them as much as I got into as far as like this game here or Odyssey.
Right.
I didn't really get into them as much, but they were a lot of fun. But again, though, speaking of the Wii, I just want to tell a quick story here about the Wii. Because, talking about how that system, you didn't really get into it. I waited for like 4.5 hours outside of a Walmart in the freezing cold to pick up a Wii. Got all the way up there. I got one.
As long as you got it.
No, but here's the thing, is that they ran out of Zelda. Because that was the launch title. I think it was Skyward Sword, I believe, or it might have been Twilight.
Twilight Princess, I think.
It was one of the two. I can't remember. I'm going to bring it for it right now. But so I was stuck playing the Wii Sports games, which okay.
I can hear the music for that in my head too. Actually, the Wii Sports.
It's okay. Whatever it was, what it was. But when you're trying to go home and show your parents what you just spent their money on, because at the time I brought money from my parents, and I was trying to explain to them, show them what was so cool. I mean, my grandma got into the bowling and such, but I really wanted to show off my Zelda game.
Right.
So, but I know for the Wii and stuff like that, they had, like I said, Mike, they had Mario Galaxy and such too. But for me, like I mentioned, they made another game for 3DS and such as well too. It's basically a spin-off of this game. It's Mario 3D Land, along the same lines. They also, it seems like all the time on these certain generations of DS consoles, they bring out like the classics, like they call it like Super Mario Land 2 or whatnot. So I believe you did have a 3DS, right?
Yeah, I did for a while. I've had a couple different ones, yeah.
Okay, did you guys have any kind of did you go on there and jump on the virtual console and pick up all Mario games, or did you pick up any of the more recent, like 3D Land, or the ones they brought out too that were kind of like throwbacks to like the Mario series on the Wii?
No, with the virtual console, I didn't jump into Mario too much, but I did grab really classes like Link's Awakening and DK64, which it goes down in history as one of my favorite games, especially as far as collectibles go, because I think that held the record for the longest time, or still does hold the record for the game with the most collectibles in it.
Yeah.
And that introduced a bunch of different characters. It had a really snappy music video intro that I can
yeah, you know,
remember.
In your head. Yeah, it's so crazy we can hear all this in our head.
Oh yeah,
so.
Once that starts off, I could probably recite it. I don't think I'd want to, but
right.
That's a long song, and yeah, those are the games I touched on the virtual console. Like I said, since I never got into Mario so much, I didn't really go looking for Mario games.
Sure.
I played Legend of Zelda a lot when I was younger.
Right.
And it was cool to see what they've done with that series so far, since we're still kind of talking about Nintendo. Yeah. Breath of the Wild is just crazy. If no one's played that, and you like adventure games that lets you climb anything you can see, Breath of the Wild is pretty crazy. If you like Legend of Zelda, they've got, it kind of feels like Dark Souls, Legend of Zelda, meets with Skyrim a little bit because just how big the map is.
Right.
There's just so much to do, plenty to do.
Right, and speaking of that, I mean, yes, a very open world. I mean, you can literally go anywhere on that on Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. But with Mario Odyssey, so we'll kind of get into this. I know you haven't played it yet, and this is, like I said, it's spoiler free.
Did they? I want to actually kind of know. Did they? Is there like an overworld still? Is it kind of plays like the old Nintendo games where you have an overworld where you move from level to level, or?
Kind of. I mean, basically what it does is it's open world to an extent. It's open kingdom. You just can't go anywhere you want. You can go anywhere you want in that world. I mean, you still got boundaries. Obviously, if you fall off a cliff, you fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
If you fall into some lava, you fall into some lava, or what have you. But as far as being open world, it's definitely like New Donk City. You probably heard. I don't know if you heard of that.
I've heard the name, yeah.
Yes, it's basically New York City, but Mario. I mean, there's actual. This is weird.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that there's actual people walking around. That's a little jarring to me. Yeah,
it is. It's
so
very
what is
odd.
Mario if he's not a human? That's what freaks me out a little bit.
Is he an alien?
I don't know. Because he doesn't look like them. That just freaks me out.
He's small. It's really weird because you have like these. There's a certain part where you go and the thing with this is you actually go and you collect moons. So like this game here, you collect the same thing, moons as well too. And this basically in here, the moons they fuel the Odyssey, which the Odyssey is the ship right here that you basically take that takes you to different kingdoms to try to find Bowser. So you're sitting there and you got to collect these moons and you need a certain amount to be able to power the Odyssey, right?
Right.
So just doing different things, and there's several moons, like 15 to 20 moons through each world. Sometimes there's less. I tell you how many there is, but you can definitely get more. But there's this one particular part in the New Donk City where there's two girls that are doing jump rope in the middle. There's in the middle of the city, right? Doing jump rope, and you can jump in there and you can jump rope. And then if you do like a lot, you keep going. You know, there's a record board as well, like records as well too there, and then like a scoreboard type deal with like other online players.
I was about to ask, is it like an online leaderboard?
Yeah, like a leaderboard. That's what I was looking for.
Oh man.
So, but one thing you do though is you do that and they throw you a moon. There's a certain part where you have to find band members for. And again, spoiler free. It says you have to find these band members for the actual mayor of the town, and you do that, and you get moons here and there. But you just do little objects. It's open world. You can go around and you can find these moons just in odd spots.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not objective based. I mean, yes, you have an objective, but you can definitely go around and more openly and get these moons before you move on to the next kingdom.
Okay, so it's kind of like you've got Mario 64. Where you've got the kingdom and the paintings to go into the different worlds.
And the stars.
So is it now?
It's actually along the same exact lines. Because I think in Mario 64, it's the stars, right? You got to collect the stars.
Yeah, you collect stars to go up the stairway.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. You can go to the different kingdoms, right? And you can collect these stars to be able to advance to unlock the next.
Okay, so there's no real overworld then. It's just you progress from one kingdom to the next.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what you're looking for. Yeah, you progress from one kingdom to the other, and then you can go back and play the other ones to try to find more moons to get more. Because basically what you can do too is you can purchase like more in-game, attire, like actual outfits and stuff as well too. Or, I mean, I don't know how many moons it takes to complete this game or not, but I've seen people who have beaten this game with 300 moons. I'm sitting at like 160 right now.
Yeah.
So
you're about a little over halfway.
Well, I know I'm about halfway because I'm getting close, definitely close to the main kingdom. So right now I'm in the Luncheon Kingdom, which is really weird. Yeah, it's a really odd kingdom. Yeah, but there's a lot of cool ones in there. I mean, you got your typical ice worlds. You got like a lake kingdom where it's actually you get to swim and stuff too. So and it's cool because when you're swimming, like in Zelda Breath of the Wild, when you have your meter for your stamina or for your you got to stay along the same lines when you're in the water. So
like the old breath meter from 64.
Yeah, you have a certain amount of time. Yeah, exactly. So it's literally, this game is like, they took the N64 version and they took Mario Sunshine and they had a baby. That's the best way to explain this.
Big Mario baby.
Right, it's probably, and sorry Nintendo, I know Nintendo's probably like, keep it clean, keep it PG. So, but anyways, it's basically Mario 64 and Sunshine basically had a baby, and that's the best way I can explain it. But this game by far is probably, like I mentioned at the very top of the show, my favorite Mario of all time. For me, it's just got everything in it. I mean, you get to see Mario dance, all the different outfits.
You get to see him without a shirt on.
Yeah, I mean, the amiibo support. I mean, it's just ridiculous of everything that, you get to see Mario in a city. I never thought I would see that,
Yeah, and it's still very jarring that you see in Mario next to people with regular proportions and stuff. Because you see Peach and all these other characters from the Mushroom Kingdom, and they're not normally proportioned.
Right, and I think I read this is the best as far as the highest selling Mario game of
Yeah,
all
what,
time.
2 million in 3 days?
2 million in 3
That's
days. 2
crazy.
million copies of this particular game in 3 days. That's what, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or whatever. But it was a big weekend. I mean, they had a huge launch party in New York for this. So, I mean, Nintendo does a good job of going all out. So, I mean, this is by far the best-selling game, Mario game, of all time. And I did a video on this a couple weeks back or a week back saying that I think that this is going to be a system seller. One thing that I love to do, which I may have helped you out a little bit too, I don't know, you can stop me if I didn't. I was at Best Buy a while back here, and I actually helped someone choose to buy a Switch. And just today, I had a friend of mine text me this morning and saying, hey, I'm thinking about buying a Switch for my son for his birthday. What do you recommend and everything? And I actually sold him on the Mario bundle. You got the Splatoon bundle, which is another great
absolutely.
bundle. It's the same thing. You get the case, you get the game, you get the special red Mario Joy-Cons for the same price.
Right.
So, and as soon as I said Mario Kart, he was like, yep, sold. But
Oh, yeah.
for me, I get a joy out of doing that. And I know you probably do too, because between you and Austin, a couple people at work, you guys sold me on PC gaming.
Well, yeah, I mean, most of it, for gamers and all, we want more gamers to play with. So it's
Right.
kind of natural to, hey, man, I really liked this game. You should check it out. Maybe you'd like it. What are you into? What genres are you into? Well, this is a good game.
Right.
it out.
Because I never thought I'd be into PUBG.
Yeah, and to put Mario Odyssey, the sales numbers kind of in perspective, PUBG, that's a game that's just blown up now. They've got upwards of 12 million players, and that's been over the course of probably the last few months. But pit that up to Mario Odyssey, they sold 2 million copies of a game in 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
So that's pretty scary. PUBG, you've got competition. Mario's coming after you.
Mario's coming after
Mario.
you. Mario.
My grandma would say Mario.
That's a lot of people I know. I actually still say that Mario. And I say it in front of my wife. She always gets mad. Don't call it Mario, but Mario, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, my GameCube was a Game Station.
Game Station.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was the PlayStation one.
Depends on who was talking about it. If it was my grandpa, it was a PlayCube. But if it was my grandma, it was the Game Station.
That's a new one. Never heard PlayCube. I've heard Game Station a lot. So, but yeah, other than that, I definitely had a great time today talking about these. It's always fun to talk about gaming. Time goes by so quick when you're having fun.
Yeah, I just saw the clock.
Right, we're trying to stay underneath a certain time here, mainly just because we don't want to bore the heck out of you guys. One, and per our television deal here, we have to
A deal.
Sorry, we're big time. We're big time.
Yeah, we've got a sort of stamp on a piece of paper.
We have to give these guys some content, something cool to put on TV.
And we're here. We told them we'd have something cool, and we're
Right,
here.
we're already here. So
That sucks, guys.
You can just simply just show us for the whole entire time. But
There we go.
also, of course, for YouTube, we know how people don't like to sit there and watch. I mean, I do watch shows, long shows. Like I watch Nintendo Voice Chat on IG and such. I don't mind doing it, but not everybody likes to sit there and watch people flap for 30 minutes about it. Unless they're talking about a topic, a review.
Yeah, people got to be talking about stuff you want to hear.
Right. So I hope that we've been entertaining.
So that's why, as long as we cover a bunch of different things all at once, maybe we can
Right.
just like shotgun approach. We'll find the people who like our stuff,
Right.
just kind of randomly.
Right, and when we do streaming and such, it's going to be even better because then we'll actually be able to interact with people as well too. So
Yeah, definitely. I would love to do streaming and actually playing with viewers. If any of you are out there viewing, we could definitely do some games in the future.
Yeah.
PUBG is a great game for that. And heck, I mean, really.
well, yes, Splatoon 2. So
Yeah,
I know you're not huge into it. Your wife's probably more into it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She wants to jump on there and play it.
But yeah, most about it. But I throw it down.
Throw it down.
Throw down
some ink.
Throw down some paint with a
Not paint, it's ink.
couple. Dude, it looks like paint.
I get a lot of crap for people telling me that all the time. It's paint. It's like, no, it's ink. But
It
whatever.
is ink. Yeah, it's whatever. They're Squid Kids.
Right, Mario, right?
Mario.
Yeah.
They need a crossover, I think.
Yeah, they need a
I think that would be
crossover for sure.
after Splatoon has been added into the whole the fold of Nintendo. I really feel like now I just want to see Inklings and everything.
I don't understand why they didn't do that. I was telling people that before. I've covered this before about how do we not have Mario characters in Splatoon?
How is there or like Mario themed things or like Mario clothing or stuff like that?
Right.
Because they did that little squid girl from an anime. They
Yeah.
did that. Give Mario a chance.
Give Mario a chance. Give him inside the game. You had Mario paint. He knows how to paint.
He does actually know how to, but it's not paint.
It's ink. So Mario knows how to ink.
It's ink, yeah.
Right.
Gotcha. That only took 5 minutes for a good turnaround. I like that. That was good.
Right. So, with that being said, guys, we're going to leave you at that here. Again, if you have a topic or a discussion that you want us to discuss here, or you want to, heck, if you are watching this and you want to come in the studio, we can extend this desk. or you can sit on one of our laps. No, I'm just kidding. Don't want to say that if I get in trouble. But yeah, if you want to come in here in the studio here and talk with us, we'd definitely love to have the company. We've had the Party Chat Society down here before. I have. So I've always enjoyed that, talk to somebody else instead of just talk to myself all the time. So I enjoy doing that a lot better than just sitting here and doing this alone. But again, though, this has been Mike with Chit Chat Gaming.
I'm waiting for that. And I'm Jimmy with Paladin Gaming. You can check us out at facebook.com/Paladin Gaming Muscatine. Go ahead and leave us a like. We do like magic card giveaways if that's kind of your thing right now. But I'm going to be expanding my horizons a little bit into outside of tabletop gaming because that's mostly what it was about. I don't know if you could take a guess or anything. But we'll be doing more just generalized gaming stuff. So check us out.
And as always, we'll be doing bi-weekly shows here. That's the plan anyways, bi-weekly. You know, if we get busy, we can't do it, we'll let everybody know. But most likely, bi-weekly shows, streams, and such as well, too. And as always, you can check out my videos at Chit Chat Gaming on YouTube. That's where you'll find this at, as well as all the other information, all the reviews, unboxings, and such that I like to do on there as well. So once again, guys, this has been Mike and Jimmy with After Work Gaming. And as always, happy gaming, and make sure it's after work.